Okay, we're going to get started with the supercharger install. First thing we're going to do is actually go ahead and change out the fuel pump. What's going to be included in the new Frostbite V3 SI supercharger kit is this fuel pump. This is a 415 liter per hour fuel pump, which should supply us enough fuel for the amount of power we're about to make. So let's go ahead and jump into the back seat and get this fuel pump installed. There it goes. Do yourself a favor. Use the hole saw. Alright, with the fuel pump out of the way, now we're going to move on to the engine bay. We got some new valve covers from Ford Racing that we're going to be replacing with from the factory ones. We also got a new set of fuel injectors. We got to re-get the spark plugs. Of course, remove the old air box and prep the engine bay for the supercharger. So we got a decent amount of work to do. Let's go ahead and get started. Right. Just get you out of the way here. Oh, that valve cover is nice and easy to get to now. Shit.
Hoffman's Pro BMX. Dave Muir actually died just a couple years ago. Some disease, I guess he's had for quite a while. If I remember right, anyways.
Alright, we got the valve covers installed. It's just a cosmetic piece, something to spruce up the engine bay a little bit and set it apart a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the injectors. We have a set of LU47 Ford Performance injectors. These injectors are also included in our tuner kit for the 05 to 09 Mustang as well. So we're going to go ahead and switch those out, and then we'll move on to the blower install.
With a side of mayo. The shebang.
Alright, we're on to the main supercharger installation now. Every model year is going to be different, so just pay attention to the Vortec instructions on what exactly you need to do to modify the certain hoses and stuff like that. This one here, we're going to go, it needs to remove the upper radiator hose, so regardless you're going to have to drain some coolant, so we're going to go ahead and we got it up on the lift, and we're going to drain some coolant out of the radiator right now, and then we'll get to modifying the hose. We'll show you the couple modifications that we need to do for this particular car. Again, the model years are going to vary on what you specifically need to do, so just again pay attention to the instructions. They're pretty good about telling you which model years you need to do what with specific items. So, but overall, like, there's not much to the Vortec kit here, especially since we're doing a standard kit, non-intercooled. Really not going to be too bad, so we should have this, we should be able to roll through this thing pretty quickly. Alright, so we're at the modification stage here. We did have to unbolt the intake manifold because there is a riser that is included for this model year to use to adjust this thermostat housing. Also, we're going to be relocating the power steering reservoir here to over here. And Matt already got the overflow bottle out of the way, so that way we have more room to do everything. The power steering relocation does come with more hose and then some barb fittings. That way it just literally extends the lines going to the new spot. And then once we make this modification here, and we should be able to button everything else back up, and then of course take out the necessary hardware to install the new supercharger mounting bracket, and then we'll be able to start mounting the blower and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and make the modifications here, cover some of the highlights, and then we'll get that blower on.
This is the one the head will get cut off on.
Okay.
So it'll literally turn it from a stud to a bolt.
Ooh, crusty. That has a date with the wire wheel, it looks like.
Yep.
And there will be a new casualty with these valve covers here that we just installed. There's a tab that we have to cut off right here in order for supercharger belt clearance. So not a big deal, just take the grinder to it real quick, lop it off and smooth her out.
That's a modification for that bolt.
Doesn't look like it changed it at all.
Did a little bit. It actually put it this way,
Okay.
which makes sense because they give you a 90 degree.
Ah,
So it puts it more straight out. So
Right.
that way it'll do a 90 degree straight that way.
ding. Cool.
It's done.
Okay, now we're doing the power steering pump reservoir relocation. Kit comes with these brass barb fittings that essentially keep the stock lines in place, but it just extends them. Comes with new hose to be able to route the lines over to the passenger side of the car. So we're going to go ahead and do that extension and mount the reservoir in its new location. Push lock. Alright, we're on to the upper radiator hose modification. Remember to refer to the Vortec manual for proper cutting and modification you need for your model year. Both of them, right?
Yep. Actually, before you start that one, tighten that bottom one. That one can tighten. It's not that top one getting in your way.
Good call.
I know a thing or two. We are. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.